Welcome to another episode of
Great Men Taking Over the World.
I'm Ren.
This is Dark Assassin.
Today we're going to be covering the PS1 classic, Crash Bandicoot Warped. So Crash Bandicoot Warped, how I got into it, I've already played the previous games before that. Crash 1, we rented it way back when we first got our PlayStation 1. That was fun, I enjoyed it. The game was kind of hard because the save system was kind of shitty. But then Crash 2 came out, they definitely improved on it. And then this one built even further upon that. I think this game really is the pinnacle of the Crash series because there's so much variety. So it puts in the time factor, you know. You got to go through all these levels to collect the time crystals to put balance or whatever order into the universe. So you're going through all these different time periods. You got, medieval time, you go to the Great Wall of China, you go to Egyptian stages, so on and so forth. I asked my mom if she could get it for me for my birthday, so lo and behold, on my birthday I got it, and I saw it, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. It had that holographic cover to it, it was so cool. And then I opened the case up, and it was one of the first few discs that I noticed that had kind of like, it was more color printed on it, rather than those kind of like really limited color PS1 discs. So I was like, whoa, I knew this game was gonna be super fun and colorful.
How I got into Crash Bandicoot, I played the two Crash Bandicoots prior and beat it both of them. I played part 1 back in the jam-packed demo disc along with the Tekken series with Tekken 2 that I said earlier on another episode, on my last episode on Tekken 3. And then I rented Crash 2 and then played it, bought it, and then beat it. And then with the Crash 3, I saw again in my Game Informer of summer 98 back when I was in summer camp. I was already excited and looking forward for it. And then I got it on fall of 98 along with Tenchu, and I got those games both at the same time actually, and then I was juggling both games back and forth, but I beat it Crash before Tenchu because it was the easier game to beat. After that I just had fun since then.
What are your impressions of the game?
Really fun, crazy platformer, you know what I'm saying? Just fun and crazy, mainly platformer to get into. Nice 3D graphics at the time, because it was one of the first 3D platformers I got into, so that was like all my impressions of the game.
So my favorite stage is definitely gonna be the one with Coco where she's riding the tiger. It's so much fun. I love just that kind of, old Chinese Great Wall vibe with the dragons flying around and these guys like doing weird shit like martial arts and hopping around like carrying buckets. So weird and random. The music's cool, so fun to get into. And then they got like the night version of it, and you could race super fast and do the time trials. That's where it got really addictive. That was definitely my favorite. But overall, I just like all the levels, everything with Crash in it. I do not even have any least favorite levels. They're all really, really fun.
My favorite stages of the game is the boat stage, the tiger stage with Coco, and I like the plane stage with Crash and Coco, and I also like the castle stage, the Middle Eastern stage, and the futuristic stages, and I also like the water stage as well.
What are your least favorite stages?
I would say the racing stage and the Egyptian stage because they're both annoying, because the racing stage for some reason I got annoyed, but I beat it, but it was just a bitch in the process, along with the Egyptian stage, especially that Bugs Light where you fall in a flying beam of light in a dark room, which I thought was just fucking annoying.
My favorite power-ups in this game are gonna be the running shoes and the double jump, just because they help to complete the feel of the game, so that you kind of have that ability to really kind of fly through, jump through, a lot more of that awesome free-flowing feeling of a platformer.
My favorite power-ups would be mostly the fruit cannon, the double jump, the excessive spin, the super pounce, and the running power-ups.
My favorite memory of the game is I was at my friend Peter and Daniel's house and just playing it all night with them, and I just remember like his mom came by maybe 8 or 9 or 10 in the morning, like saying like, you guys are still playing this, and I'm just like kind of tired as hell and just like, oh, like yeah, I'm still playing
it all night.
Yeah, this is like after the all night thing, and I'm just sitting like in the morning like, yeah, I was like so addicted to it, trying to get all the gems and time trials and stuff like that. So that was a good memory. I love it.
What is your favorite memory of the game?
Just playing by myself and just sitting at home, because at the time I was 12 years old when I was skating home by myself at the apartment in Ridgewood and just playing Crash for hours, getting good, getting better, getting to know the stages, and then beating the game of Crash, and then just going back and forth from Crash to Tenchu.
My evil twin, Uka Uka, has been
This is
freed
pretty
from his
straightforward,
underground
basic
prison.
story. Just you, Crash Bandicoot, Coco, and Aku Aku just scalping Cortex and his minions, and Uga Uga just from taking over the timeline with the gems.
What do you think makes this distinct as Crash Bandicoot? Besides, the colorfulness, the characters, what would to you think this game is like?
I would just say the whole fun, crashy look of the game with the boxes and the
Yes,
fruit
the
and
boxes,
just
the
the
boxes,
whole
the
orange
fruit.
skin of Crash and being a fox and always grinning all the
Fox.
time.
He's
He's not a fox.
He's not a fox, dude. He's a what is it?
Bandicoot.
That's his name.
Bandicoot. Well, I always thought he was a fox, but he's a Bandicoot. That kind of fucking confused me a little bit because I thought this guy was a fucking fox, dude. But Bandicoot and Fox, yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit. But I'll admit
threw you
that.
off because that's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
It's kind of thrown.
Yeah, he threw me off.
Kinda
I
threw
didn't
off
know.
Ren there a little bit.
Yeah, you threw the whole universe off right there.
Yeah, 'cause
I think we
thought-
just scattered the crystals all over the world off that statement.
fucking asshole.
shit.
But yeah, I thought he was a fox, but he's a Bandicoot. So yeah.
What do you
but
think Sonic is?
Hedgehog.
Are you positive about that?
He's a hedgehog.
What do you
and
think? What do you think Mario is?
Mario's an Italian plumber, and Knuckles is an echidna. Okay, shut the fuck up.
What do you think his tail?
dick.
His tail's a
Tails is
bandicoot.
a fox.
He's a bandicoot.
He's a fox.
He's a
with,
bandicoot.
Like, two tails.
What is Mega Man?
Robot. Fucking douche.
What are you?
I'm a human being, you bitch.
Because Bandicoot's a weird
It's a
animal
weird
that's
creature,
like
yeah.
from Australia.
Nobody would kind of like
So people would think he's a fox.
No.
I've heard somebody else think he was a fox too. Yes.
I've seen
You
it a
have?
lot on G4 and
Yeah.
YouTube.
The
Yeah.
box is really what makes it, like how you can bounce off the boxes, crush. There's all these different types of boxes. The ones that you have to super slam, the TNT boxes.
Yeah, I know.
You got to watch out for those. Those can go off like anytime. Nitro boxes, all
Yeah,
that crazy
yeah,
shit scattered
yeah.
all over the level within all the enemies and stuff. One thing I really like about this game is like the variety of deaths that you have. They're
I
all
know,
super
that's pretty unique. That's
It's very
pretty
unique. I
nice
like
and
that.
unique death.
It's a really good touch. You turn into a ghost and you're like playing with the flute like you're an angel, and then like you get exploded and just like your shoes and your eyeballs land.
Yeah.
I like the one where you get kissed by the frogs in the medieval stage.
Oh, man, yeah,
You get
he
kissed
turns
by it,
into
and
a
they-
prince.
the guy who kisses the frog that kisses you turns you into a prince, and I guess you're dead. There's just like so many fucking funny deaths in the game.
Yeah, I know.
Do you remember that one in the dinosaur level?
Yeah.
And then it's like you're running, and then you kind of see them like kind of like swimming around in the murky water, and they jump out. It's
Yeah,
like, dude,
yeah.
that's some Bodhi shit. And then we were talking earlier. Remember when you see those like weird deformed fish that kind of look like Crash? That
Like
are
those
spinning?
clones of fish
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Cortex created because he has a laboratory and shit. Yeah.
So you think that that's also kind of like
He's got a laboratory on part 3.
He has a laboratory on part 1 where it starts. And, and he has a laboratory on part 3 because he makes himself into a brain.
Yeah.
Because he
Holy
sacrifices humanity. Speaking of laboratory, yeah, Crash was actually the experiment of Cortex. That's how he got his abilities.
deja vu?
My best boss battle when you fight Engine and the space shooter with
agree.
Coco, that was sweet with the 2 rounds. You get to shoot them in different parts and shit. That was sweet as
Kind of
hell.
like Star Fox sort of.
You can say that. You can say that. It's challenging but really fucking fun at the same time. Another favorite boss battle I like pretty good is Gengo Dio. Where you just run.
crystals that fly
yeah,
out.
those
Colorful crystals.
glass beams that he shoots with his gun up. You have to run and then run backwards at the last minute and then hit him at the right time when he has an opening.
Yeah.
And then Tiny Tiger was pretty good.
Yeah, the
Dodging those
lions.
dens of lions.
When they
hitting
eat you,
them.
they catch you. They're all happy and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
oh
all
no, it's kind of
satisfied.
scary.
Digesting and shit.
Digested.
Yeah, like all happy digesting their meal and shit after eating
Yeah.
you. It was just fucking like, okay, whatever. But then I also like the futuristic stages, which is the best looking
Yeah.
stage on the game, I would like to say.
the
Which
futuristic one looks awesome.
yeah,
Like, how
definitely agree.
futuristic
Pound that shit. Hell yeah.
Tokyo. Man, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Give me some skin on me.
Yeah.
Pop your finger too, motherfucker.
Yeah, yo corny ass want to say some shit like that. Man, shut your ass. What are you doing with that
Fucking
shit?
asshole.
Why'd you hit him? Yeah, fight.
No. But
It's gonna
okay.
turn to a wrestling match. Boogadabop. Oh yeah, the Boogadabop guys. I like the the little tiki mask dude.
Which one, Aku Aku or Uga Uga?
If you wish.
Which one's the good one? The Uka Uka?
Aku Aku's the good one. Uga
Aku-
Uga's the bad guy.
Aku Aku. Yeah, it's good. It's like it's an it's like a shield.
Yeah,
you know?
Crash is
Because
shield
otherwise
protection.
Otherwise it's a one-hit death.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it'd be like protection.
Just like
shield.
Sonic with the rings and Mario with the mushrooms.
So you
Those tribal mask.
tribal mask, and then you get
Yeah.
3 of them. You become invincible
Yeah.
for a limited time.
Like Mario scars and shit. I can see why some people would think Crash is a fox and all because
Are you trying to
he's
validate
orange
your bizarre
and,
mistake?
but he's actually a Bandicoot. But I got confused on that one because, like, the Bandicoot, yeah, it kind of threw me off. Even though it's kind of Crash Bandicoot, but I already thought this guy was a fox because of his orange color and the ears like a fox. But he's actually a Bandicoot, so I kind of got mixed up on that one. But hey, he's a Bandicoot.
He's a Bandicoot.
Because I heard like on G4 they called him a fox because they were like confused. And I'm sure other people got confused. He was a fox too. So yeah.
Are you just trying to validate yourself?
Yeah, he's just trying to not look bad. It's too late. It's over. You pretty much messed up the whole character. Oh, what about Crash as a character? We never talked about that yet.
It just feels like he has a lot of personality because of his crazy grin.
His crazy grin in
Yeah.
his eyes. I think that's why, like, even though it's an American-made game, it did well in Japan because
I
they
know.
really made him look crazy in anime.
I
super-
think Sony kind of abandoned him a little later. They didn't care if he went to other consoles.
By
or
the
other
PS2
companies.
era,
Yeah.
they kind of gave
They-
up because Naughty Dog moved off of that. They,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
think it was part of them.
They got
anymore.
with Jack and they
Jack
started
and
making
Daxter.
Jack and Daxter.
Crash is unique in its own way, like I said earlier.
I like
It's got
Crash
that-
better than Spyro.
It's got that kind of
seriously.
like racetrack kind of feel to it, which was unique, and it also sometimes switches to a 2D version.
I know
especially
it
when you
has
go
a 2D gameplay in certain levels and stuff,
certain
or even
levels,
certain
areas,
areas of
the
that
bonus-
level in certain
bonus
parts
stages.
and bonus stages especially.
So
Definitely.
that's
definitely.
cool. It kind of brings that
Yep.
old school vibe
Yep.
to it in that way, and you know, it's different from like Super Mario and
Sonic or
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Gex or Tamba, either as an RPG
Yeah.
or Spyro for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's not as good as the Mario or the Sonic games.
Agreed,
But I
agreed.
think it stands alone and holds its own as a cool game, a really good platformer for the PlayStation. And you know, they were trying pretty hard to make this the mascot for PlayStation back in the day.
What did you think of the movie Eraserhead?
I thought that was a strange, boring ass movie I don't want to see again.
Okay. What did you think of Eraserhead, Ryan?
It was pretty bizarre. That weird shit with their like taking care of some weird worm thing. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
And the worm thing got sick or some shit.
Yeah, I was like, this is kind of fucked up.
Any-
That's really it.
Well, hey y'all. Let's wrap this up.
Good.
What are your ratings for the game, Ren?
When this game came out, I'd say probably around like 8.75. It was a really good game. I'm not gonna say it was super groundbreaking, but what it did really well. But you know, and it still holds up pretty well now. It's still fun, so I give it overall probably like an 8.
Just a solid 8.
Solid 8. Solid 8.
Solid 8.
Solid 8.
And Dark Assassin, what rating would you give Crash Bandicoot Warped?
I would give it an 8. That is at the time, and even now, I'll just give it an 8 because it was a great game, definitely, and good as hell. I had a lot of fun with it, you know what I'm saying? So I give it about an 8.
And Dark Assassin, what rating would you give Eraserhead?
Well, that movie sucks, so probably a 0.
Damn.
Damn.
Straight up dropping a 0?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible. Hey guys, thanks for joining us on another episode where we look back at the classic Crash Bandicoot Warped, I believe to be the real pinnacle of the series. So until the next episode, boogada boogada!
Bye!
Yeah, it seems like some kind of tedious shit. A relic of the 16 or 8-bit eras and that.
What, the no save?
Yeah, the weird no save stuff. Gotta
Hey,
be able to
guys.
save.
Hey, I'm a fox.
I'm a Bandicoot. But I can see why people would call him a fox because he's orange and have those ears like a fox.
Yeah.
Bandicoot, huh?
But you could also see why people would call him a Bandicoot because that's what he actually is and that's what the name of the game is.
Scott.
Catch my
Fucking son
drift.
of a bitch.
Catch my drift.
Shut up.